welcome back to the channel, welcome back to the vlog. So today we continue our tour of the powerhouse SUVs with unnecessary horsepower and lots of speed. And today our stop is the Mercedes-Benz GLS63 AMG. Horsepower 577 HP at the engine and 563 foot-pounds of torque. And you know, it's the competition for the X5M, and it's got a pretty good size wheel here, 22 inches in the front, 285 tires, and I imagine probably about the same at the back. You can go take a look at that real quick. And yep, it is 22 in the back, also 285 all around. So it's got a good amount of tire on the ground. It is a 8-piston front, and it looks like a 201 piston rear for the calipers. That's pretty good. I like the spec on this car. It's got the matte black wheels and gloss black paint, so all that's looking very, very good. Compared to the X5M, this seems a little bigger, so this might actually be the competition for the BMW X7 and not the X5, because this is quite a bit bigger than that. And I'll input the information right in here and let you know what the exact competitors are for this car. The other things I noticed about the car is there's a lot of space in the back seat here, at least quite a bit of space, but there's no TVs or any entertainment system for the rear. I guess the rear can be entertained by all the horsepower and cracking and popping that this car does. There is a third row back there, and that's essentially for just carrying people. And there is the trunk button, so we'll open that, we'll check that out. There you go. I'll raise the exposure just a little bit so you can get some of the details. Here's the trunk. It's actually quite small, so I imagine you press the buttons here and it goes down, and then you get more space for carrying luggage if you're not carrying 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 people. 5 people or less, you can put this down and carry some more stuff. That's kind of what it does. One of the other biggest features I found is this actually already has a towing package, so that's cool. You can just attach your hitch and get going for SUV stuff. And then the exhaust tips are the standard AMG exhaust tips, where it's kind of in the bumper, but the real exhaust is further back. Let me show you a little bit here. There you go. So you can see the tips a little bit further back there. But besides that, that's all she wrote about the exterior of this car. Let's go inside, talk about some of the immediate features I found, and then we can go for a drive. Alright, so here's your immediate feature of the immediate layout of the interior. The AMG steering wheel is pretty standard. That comes in most AMGs, and I like the steering wheel. It's a good lift up. I like the flat bottom look that's kind of curved and smoothed out at the bottom there, and with the AMG stamp dead center. The interior of this layout is something I'm used to. It hasn't changed much from the 2016 and earlier models. It's updated, obviously. There's piano black trims here. There's a chrome trim accents around the vents, and there is a marble floor gloss black look thing right here for the cubby hole. And obviously this is just a cup holder and stuff for luggage and whatever else you need. In order to start the car, you just stick the key in here and you twist it. Obviously you need your foot to be on the steering wheel. You need your foot to be on the brakes, like you can see right down there. And I'll raise the exposure in post just so you guys can see what I'm talking about. But anyways, there is a tire monitoring system, and obviously the car's been sitting for a little bit, so one of the tires is off, but at least you know it works, and it tells you exactly what your readout is. And if you press the back button right there on the steering wheel, it goes away. I do like the carbon fiber layout on the back of the instrument cluster there. I think it's a cool look. It's also on that side too. But that's pretty much it for your interior layout. There is quite a bit of options down here for you. All the different modes, there's sport, comfort. We put this right in Sport Plus, and that also activates the exhaust of the car actually. So let me put the... Alright, so I just put the parking brake on. I'm gonna do a couple of revs so you can hear what that sounds like from in here. So it lets you free rev quite a bit, but the pops happen, it seems to be right around 2000 RPM range there. So that's pretty cool. And it also pops some downshifts and stuff, as you'll see when I go for a drive here in a second. But that's pretty much it. I believe there obviously there's climate control and whatever else you need, but as far as this goes, if you press the back button, it kind of brings up the navigation, and there's a knob right down here that you can use to control the navigation screen. So just go up. There you go. There's media. Go on media, and it shows you what you're playing, radio, etc., etc. Press the back button, so you don't even have to look down to do what you're doing. All right, let's go for a drive, shall we? Ladies and gentlemen, here we are in the driving portion, and while we follow the really slow biker, I just want to talk about the gas pedal and how hyperactive it is. You know, the last time I felt the pedal that was this active was when I drove F80 M3. So that's like a 2016, 2017, 2018 M3 that had a JB4 on it with the pedal increased to maximum sensitivity. That was the last time I felt one this sensitive, and I gotta tell you, I don't like it at all. I will put it in sport mode, probably in sport or comfort, just because of that reason. But also change it in the dash so it's not as hyperactive as that. But I don't know if that's like a thing you can do by itself. But anyways, driving for a SUV is pretty good. I like the way it seats. For some reason, even though I've driven a lot of Mercedes-Benz, I still reach for the side of the seat to find the seat adjustability, even though it's on the door. But anyways, it drives pretty good actually. I like the sports car feel to it. It kind of mimics the E63S type of feel to it, but you know, it's like somebody put a 5-inch lift kit on the E63S. That's what this feels like. It's a big car. It feels like an SUV, but it's still sporty. The steering wheel feels fantastic. It's the right size. It's active enough, and you can easily maneuver the car. Obviously, you almost kind of forget that, you know, you're in a giant SUV because of how good it handles. But once you see the height, you know, there's no mistake in it. The other things I really wanted to talk about was the brakes. The brakes are 8 pistons, so they are huge. Let's brake a little bit. It's like, oh, there's a kid in this car. There you go. It's fantastic for an SUV. It drives fantastic. It stops great too, and it also is really fast. It's well, for an SUV, I gotta preface it with the SUV portion. And you can just slowly let the revs rise just to have fun and you know, not go crazy. But if you want to go crazy, you can downshift. And one more. Just to have fun with the transmission. It's a good transmission. There's quite a bit of a delay in between. When I actually press the paddle shifters and when it goes, but that's fine. It's a split-second delay. It's not like a go to bed, take a nap, and wake up delay. You know, it's okay. It's good. It's decent. But those are my first impressions of driving the GLS63 AMG. I think it's a fantastic car compared to the X5M. I gotta tell you, X5M is faster for sure, but I gotta tell you, this drives way better. Like, I wouldn't mind driving this on a daily basis. It's great for that. You can go around, get your groceries, and if you want to have fun, you can put some 350Ds to shame on the way to groceries, right? Make them look stupid for buying a sports car and still be slower than an SUV. But at the same time, you still got all the luxury and Alright guys, thanks for watching. Catch you guys in the next video.